How's it going, guys? Back at it again with the white vans down here. Okay, wait, time out. That's Rico's thing. Yeah, I just thought about it. It's my third podcast, and I don't have a catchphrase yet. I gotta come up with something cool. Bear with me for a second. Let me wait, what? That's cool, right? But let me think here. Alright, you know what? I can't think of anything. So let's forget about all that and let's get right to the facts. Let's get right to the facts. I think that's it. I think I found my catchphrase. Let's get right to the facts. I like that. Yo, Rico, I got one on you, man. We got some copy, some health. There's about to be some healthy copy. Let's see who's got the better catchphrase. Yeah, I kind of just came up with on the spot. Kind of got inspired right now. We might put a Twitter poll out there, but guys, stay tuned. Anyways, let's get right into today's fantasy podcast, man. I'm going to pick up where I left off last week. DeMarco Murray, Derrick Henry. Yes, both of these running backs have been performing, and it's been like, it's either one guy takes over the show, the other guy takes over, they take turns. It's been like committee in that sense when it comes to taking over. But when it comes to amount of carries and it comes to performance, they're both getting a fair share. So DeMarco Murray had 14 carries for 115 yards and a touchdown, whereas Henry only had 13, one less carry for 54 yards and no touchdowns. But you got to get inside the numbers for this one. 115 yards and a touchdown, right? But one of those carries went for 75 yards. So you take out that one. I'm not taking anything away from him. Murray did that on a defense, historically good at, blocking the run and stopping it and making the run game stagnant and stopping it. But still, 75-yard run, you take that away, he had about, let's say 25, 50, had the carry 40 yards, right? So that's not too special if you look at inside the numbers. He still did his thing, though. You have to acknowledge that. But the takeaway point from all this is that both these players are players that I would recommend starting as an RB1 if it's a really deep league and you're really lacking in running backs, or an RB2 for both. So because they're both consistently getting it. The offensive coordinator over there, Joseph Rubisky, he's done a good job. He's found a way to balance the two. Mariota has found a way to incorporate both of them. He doesn't target them that much in the pass game like I feel like he could. But outside of that, the offense score is really involved, the two. So, let's get right into the next point now. This is something that I was not too surprised because if you watch the Thursday night game with the Rams and the 49ers, Goff went off. That's something that we can all acknowledge is that Goff took over the game, right? So, but if you get inside the numbers, right, that's my favorite word I'm going to use over and over, inside the numbers. He's had 11 pass attempts in the red zone in 3 games. He's playing lights out in the red zone. 11 for 11 completion percent, 100% completion percentage inside the red zone. 5 touchdown passes, not 4, not 3, 5 touchdown passes. This guy is playing lights out, a perfect game when it comes to the red zone. And in my opinion, that makes him the number 1 finishing quarterback in the NFL currently. Now, what's the definition of finishing? Mine is that, when you're expected to do something, you do it. When you get in the red zone, you're expected to score a touchdown, and that's what he's been doing. Week in and week out now for 3 weeks. That's a solid baseline to go with. But we're going to stay right over there with the Rams offense. We're going to go right into Todd Gurley. Now, I know I talked about early last week that he has some fumbling problems, and he showed that again. He was exposed. He lost a couple of the footballs. But forget about that, man. It doesn't matter. He's in a start. You can't pull the plug on this man. He is killing it, again, both in the receiving and the rushing categories and both aspects of the game. Goff loves him in the red zone too. He has 5 out of his 6 total touchdowns are in the red zone. 3 by rushing, 2 by my man Goff by passing. So he's involved, and like I said, again, Goff is the number 1 finishing quarterback in my opinion. That makes Gurley the number 1 finishing running back in the league. Now I know everyone's like, oh, Kareem Hunt. No, yeah, Kareem Hunt is still a beast. He's undisputed the number 1 running back in the league right now. There's no arguing that. It's not even close. But at the same time, you gotta acknowledge that Gurley is taking over 5 touchdowns in the red zone, finishing quarterback. When these guys get in the red zone, they finish and they do what they're supposed to do. And that's a good feeling knowing that because, their offense isn't overall, Woods is coming in, his own Watkins is doing his thing. They're really exploding his offense. And when they get there, they're looking, Goff is looking to, all of his street, but he's also involving Gurley. And when it comes to offense, right, there's 2 sides. There's passing and rushing. Gurley's involved in both when it comes to points, scoring. So that's his value is up there. His stock is high right now. And finally, now I know this segment is shorter. We did this on purpose, trying to get right to the point. Now finally, I'm going to end with this. Thielen and Diggs. the number one explosive and yards for and in all categories for duo in the NFL when it comes to receivers. 100%. You know, I would have thought, everybody would have thought it would have been Devontae Adams and Jordy Nelson, Sanu and Julio, Martavius Bryant, Antonio Brown. No, it's none of those combos. It is Thielen and Diggs without Bradford for the last 2 weeks. So they've been killing the game. They've got good chemistry, and both of them they're ranked second and third in the league for receiving yards for. Thielen has 299 and Diggs at 293. They're both really close to averaging 100 yards a game. Thielen hasn't hit pay dirt yet. Diggs has 5 touchdowns. So between the two, they've really come into their own. Case Keenum, I don't want to take anything away from him. You know, he's a very average quarterback. We've seen that over the years, but he's playing pretty solid football. I think what you got to understand, what you got to take from these last 2 weeks is that, you know, we talked about this early. Like, I always reference back because we talked about it. The offensive line over there, the run game, and the lights-out defense. It just shows that this whole team is put together so well that it's kind of like a Tom Brady Patriots situation where Brady goes down. You put in Brissett, you put in Matt Castle, you put in Garoppolo, and they don't skip a beat. They still produce, and they still kill it on all facets of the game. And that's what it looks like over here with the Vikings. So, you know, I'm excited to see where they go from here. I'm really high on both of them. They're playing at a very elite level, at a Pro Bowl level. And when Bradford comes back in, the sky's the limit for them. Potential is endless. But, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in for the 3rd week in a row. There's a major announcement coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Like I said before, man, I hope you guys enjoyed. My name is Hamza Rana. This is Bills Fanatics, and I will see you guys next week.